Alright gang, this is Tommy down here in the dungeon with a video that I haven't done in a while in front of the camera, in front of you guys, but here it is. It's entitled Setlist. You know what a set list is. It's a basic piece of paper that the band writes the songs in order of how they're going to perform. So, hypothetically speaking, say Volume 1, like this one, Metallica, is able to come to my house, play a song, or 13 songs for that matter. This would be my intro that I would ask Metallica to play. Here's the stipulation. I have to pick at least one track from every major released album. Not necessarily EPs or collaboration, but no Lulu in this one. Guys, I will put every major album release that Metallica did with at least one track. So, I would have them the intro right now to that song right there. Blackened would definitely be my intro. My private party with Metallica here in the dungeon. How cool would that be? Yeah, never ever going to happen, but I can make it in my mind. I can play the songs because I have them, but that would be my intro. Number 1 song. This would be my number 2 song, running right into that one. Back to back, no break, off the Kill 'Em All album. This is No Remorse. And that would be one of the fastest played songs of the set list. There's probably a couple more, but I love the Dave Mustaine era of Metallica, even though it was short-lived. Never seen Dave play with Metallica. Most of us haven't, let's face it, but his writing, his performance before, even though it wasn't really on the record itself, but, you know, nothing against Kirk. He's a great guitarist. I love Kirk, but that early stuff that he wrote for Metallica or collaborated together to put together the first couple albums, Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, and Master of Puppets. Those 3 albums had some great songs, and Dave was a contributor to 2 of those albums, believe it or not. So, that would be my pick, would be this song for number 2, No Remorse. Coming off track number 3 would be this one. Fuel from Reload. Wasn't a huge fan of Load or Reload, to be honest with you. In fact, when they first came out, I didn't like it at all. You know, it was a major change in the band, major swing of how they were doing things. But those 2 albums really grew on me the older I got, when I got back really into the fold of listening to, you know, metal and stuff. I kind of went on a whim. I kind of went off the mainstream music and kind of got into some, you know, obscure stuff. During that period, I got more into hardcore again. I got more into even classic rock. But, you know, I just I was not feeling the metal era around that time after Load and Reload came out. But Reload, this song is killer, and it would be in my playlist for this one. Again, another Injustice for All, which is not one of my favorite records by them, but to hear this play, especially with the Wizard of Oz in the background, oh, that's cool. That would be Frayed Ends of Sanity. That would be song number 4 for my set list. Private Party Metallica, come on down. Bring it on down. Track 5 would be this gem here, The Day That Never Comes. I think it's an underrated song, even though it does get played a lot from that album. I think it's definitely one that I would have, that would have to be off of that album. Number 5, track 5, The Day That Never Comes. Okay, coming in at track number 666. Disposable Heroes, off of Master of Puppets. Now, you could pick a number of songs off of that record and Ride the Lightning, but this one would be really, really cool to hear live. I don't believe I have heard Metallica play this live, at least not in person from the times that I went, but I think it's an awesome track, Disposable Heroes from Master of Puppets. Alright, coming in at 7, track number 7 is actually track 7.7.5, because I would have, from the Garage Days Revisited album, I would have them play this song, which is The Weight, and I'd have them go right into Crash Course and Brain Surgery. I think those two together, hand in hand, would sound really cool as like a medley type thing that Metallica's been famous for over the years, doing those type of things. And what do you think, guys? That's a pretty cool 2-track from an EP I pulled out from Garage Days Inc., Garage Days Revisited, the cheap EP that you can't buy for the price that they had on that EP now. I can promise you that. But $5.98, I believe it was. So here we go, track 7 and 7.5. All right, guys. As always, there's always a beer of choice for the video, and this is Beer Farm right here in Jessup, Maryland. This is Hop Envy, a hazy double IPA. It's very tasty. If you like grapefruit, which I hate grapefruit, for some reason I love it in beer, and I believe that's in here. I can taste a little bit of it, but it's not crazy like citrusy, but it's got a great taste. Go to your local liquor store if you can get this here. Beer Farm Hop Envy. It's about 8%, so only drink a couple or you're going to feel it the next day. So, all right, track number, where we at? Number 8. Track number 8 here. Going through here, and if you could hear it in the background, that is off a Load, and that is King Nothing. And I love this song. It's a great song. Nothing more to say. Oh, where's your crown? All right. Cheers, guys. Hey, thanks for chiming in. We're already halfway past this, and then some. Okay. All right, getting very, very newer now. Like I said, you got to have a track from every record. This is track number 9, Moth into Flame, from Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Not the last album, but the album before last, which I think are very, very similar, by the way. I think both of those albums kind of sound a lot alike, and they're good albums. I wouldn't say that they're excellent. I wouldn't even call them great, but I would say they're both good albums. Definitely easy on the ears. The guys are getting older. Obviously, they can't play as fast as they did back in 83, 84, but they are definitely playing a lot faster than most would be able to think that they could at this age. These guys are in their 60s, man. They're 60 years old. Can you believe that? Metallica, 60s. That's like Rolling Stones type thing 20 years ago. These guys are, 15 years ago, maybe. Anyway, so I think it's a great album. Or I think this is a great track from the album, but I don't think it's a great album, but I definitely think it's a good album to listen to. So that's my number 9, Moth into Flame. All right, this I believe is the best track, and I probably not many people would say that about Metallica on this. 72 Seasons, which is 18 years, I believe. Something like that, right? That's what this whole thing was about, 18 years. 72 Seasons, Metallica's latest album. And this is Sleepwalk My Life Away. Very deep lyrics in that album. I think James was coming, from the heart. He's battling a lot of stuff. He's going through a divorce. He's going through, alcoholism, facing that. And, tough thing to deal with if you can't, get rid of those demons and you're trying to quit drinking or drugs or whatever it may be. That could be a tough path. That could be a tough path to go down. So, all right, number 12. Yes, guys, I had to include Saint Anger, and I know it's not a favorite. It's not a favorite album, especially not for me. I know a lot of people out there probably would rank it as their least favorite. I would definitely do that. And Death Magnetic would be my second favorite, or second least favorite. But that's just me. It's opinion. But I would have this song. I would definitely switch that snare drum. And I know people have always beat that down, but I just didn't like the way it was put together. It's great music, just wasn't produced well. That's my opinion. Frantic, to me, is the only good song on that record. And again, some people might hate that, some people might love it. It's just not my thing. I didn't really care much for it, but Frantic would be the only track that I could possibly pick from that one to put on this set list. So. Alright guys, coming down to the end of the night. Metallica's tired from playing these great songs. And this would be one of those songs. It would be number 13, but I'm definitely going to have an encore. Because you can't end the night on one of the greatest instrumental heavy metal songs ever. Which to me, Orion and this one, Call of Cthulhu, are just like two songs that I could sit there and listen to over and over and over. In fact, I used to do that to go to sleep at night when I was a teenager. So I love those songs. But the Call of Cthulhu would be my number 12.5. From Ride the Lightning, to me, is the best recorded Metallica album ever, followed by Master of Puppets. And that would be how I would end the night, but they're going to end it with a banger. Track 13. Yes, track 13 of this set list. Not this particular one, but it's my set list. Guys, I'd love to hear yours in the comments below. This is off of Master of Puppets. Track number 13. The last song on that record. The last song of the night. And it is one of the fastest played songs that Metallica ever recorded. It is super, super fast. And it is Damage incorporated with a little intro from the late and great Cliff Burton with the fade out on the bass. Yes, that's a bass guitar. Hey guys, thanks for listening. I really, really want to hear your list. And also, if you want to hear what Volume 2 is, shoot me a message. I'm open to suggestions. I would like to hear what yours are, what you would like to hear, and future videos. So, cheers guys. Thanks for tuning in for Volume 1 of the set list. I think it's a pretty cool idea. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. And cheers.